Hi, welcome to Lone Star Gaming. This is the Checkpoint. I'm one of your hosts, Avery Posey. Sitting here next to me is
Paul Pleasant.
And Dylan Russell.
this is a gaming channel brought to you by Lone Star Gaming, where we talk about games. We're kind of new to this. Our plan is to post this every Monday around noon, and we're just going to talk about games. We love games. We grew up with games, and that's kind of our plan right now, is do a podcast. We're working on getting a YouTube channel up where we all sit around and play games. Maybe every once in a while do a drunken gaming thing.
Have some fun with it.
Have some fun with that. And this is our passion. We want to talk about it. We want to show things. Do stuff online.
Yeah. So. And by the way, pretty soon I'll probably have a video up of these two reacting to the first 30 minutes or so of Nier Automata, because it's a really wild intro. It kind of just throws you in, but
we're also working on Twitch stuff. Want to get that up and running. So, but this is by far when we all sat down and really talked about doing this. We all talk podcasts.
Yeah,
because we all really like talking about games.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm big a fan of Dodger, Jesse Cox, and Total Biscuit and their podcast that they do on Avery's. Loves the Podcast-1.
Podcast-1 is wonderful. You should check that out. Also, P.S. I Love You. That's Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty. They definitely inspiration behind this, for me at least. They're awesome guys. Just check them out as well. So, Beyond and P.S. I Love You. So
yeah.
Plus, it just comes so easy to just talk about stuff like this. Just
I mean, we do it in our free time anyway.
We do it in our free time, so
might as well talk about it with a microphone.
Might as well do it with a microphone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, all
right. So, what do we want to start with today, guys?
Also, we're going to be setting up an email. Y'all can
gotcha.
email us. Y'all can leave comments on our YouTube videos. I think we're going to put this. We're going to try to get this everywhere that we can. So, leave comments where you can, and just feedback's important. And then the show will grow as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our pilot.
Oh, it turns out we're actually live on Twitch right now.
Oh, well, look at that.
All right, so we got a couple things we're going to talk about today. So this week, Destiny 2 news, that's huge. We got Mass Effect Andromeda stuff. Then we got some other stuff we can talk about, like Switch. We can talk about Microsoft and PS4. We got World of Warcraft news. We got Nier, Neo, all types of stuff. Where do you want to start?
Start off with Andromeda with us.
Andromeda.
Take us through. You've been playing it for the past, couple
days
days now?
I've been playing for the past week. I'm really not that far into it.
How many hours have you put into it so far?
God, I'm probably around, I wouldn't say 6 or 7 hours into it.
So you've met PB, right?
Yeah, I've met PB.
Did you notice the backwards gun?
No, that I did not get that glitch.
Oh, you didn't?
So that glitch didn't happen. I have noticed other things. All these people are talking about, as I'm sure y'all at home have heard, the facial stiffness, the weird little glitches. I have seen people floating in the air for no apparent reason. People walking on air.
Like in-game?
Yeah, in-game.
So you're just walking around
by
a gazebo and just walking in the air?
They're just like 10 feet in the air, walking around doing their normal
We're talking
stuff.
like Assassin's Creed
like
quality of stuff, yeah? No way. Oh my god.
And it's not like it's everywhere, but every once in a while you do see stuff like that happen, just like a weird glitch.
How big is it? Because I don't own the game right now. I haven't played any of it. How big is the world? Like when you're walking around these hub worlds or these zones, and how many character models do they have going on?
My early impressions of it, I'm gonna play through the whole thing. I'm gonna do a lot of it. I'm not gonna platinum it, I know that, but I have so many games to play right now. I'm just gonna keep moving after I'm done with it, but I'm gonna try to do a lot of it. And my early impressions of it are not stellar.
Yeah. Damn.
I do think there's a lot of. I started having a lot more fun with it. I actually played this morning for a couple hours. I started to have a little bit more fun with it. After the first mission, the first planet you're on, without going into any spoilers or anything, is great. It's a great opening.
Yeah. I mean, I watched footage of it.
Yeah,
it looked awesome.
I was sucked in. I was like, this is great. I want to play it, And then things got weird. There's a couple story things that I'm not going to spoil, and just the way the characters react to it is odd. They didn't really take the time to flesh it out a little bit there, and they just kept pushing forward on the story. I'm just now getting past the first planet and moving into the second one.
Yeah.
And it the amount of time it took to get to that second planet without spoiling anything, it was way too much. It was just conversation after conversation after conversation after. I spent 2 nights this week where I sat down to play for an hour or two, and it was just conversation and conversation and conversation. I was just like, I have all these new abilities unlocked, and I would love to use them, but I can't. It's just, you need to go talk to this person.
Exposition.
Yeah, you need to go talk to this person.
The facial animations are still weird for you.
The facial animations are still pretty hot. Some people are worse than others. Some are great. I think Cora is one of your companions. She's okay.
I think I talked to not to cut you off, but I talked to Paul about this. I remember him telling me about how he was looking at it and comparing the male face models and their expressions compared to the female models. I remember he was showing me, and from what I saw, it looked like the Ryder character.
Yeah.
Ryder looks like he looks like pretty spot on to like.
Well, I mean, both
I'm not doing a default
male and female.
I'm not doing a default look. I customized my Ryder.
Got you.
Yeah, but you saw how ugly both the
both the female and the male. I thought the default Ryder looked hideous, honestly.
Really?
Oh, really?
He looked weird.
Yeah.
So I made my own.
Well, I mean, if you go and look at like the models.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. I scrolled through them both male and female just because I was curious.
No. I'm talking
females
about
are really struggling.
Yeah.
No,
that's what Paul was telling me. Yeah. Paul was telling me that the female models are definitely looking like kind of cartoonish compared to the other character models.
See,
it definitely was a little weird.
What I'm talking about is like if you actually take the pictures of the models, like the human real life models that they used for the in-game models, the male one looks very similar to the in-game model, but the female, it's just like what happened here? Like we made such a jump and it was so ugly.
Jeez.
But are there any other complaints?
No, I'm not. Good.
Have you had them you said you unlocked all those abilities, so you have them have you been playing like enough combat to really kind of get a feel how the game controls?
I feel like I'm just now getting to that point where the combat is starting to really I'm starting to see where the combat is, and it's a lot of fun. It's jumping around. Mm-hmm. I went the tech route. I'm doing all these tech abilities,
cool.
There's one with a flamethrower comes out of your hand. You have this little robot that you can throw out, and he'll just massacre this little robot.
So it's kind of like Engineer from
it's kind of like Engineer.
That's what I played too.
It's a tech tree.
Gotcha.
And, it's a lot of fun jumping around, sneaking up on guys, using my tactical cloak, getting behind a group of enemies and flamethrowing them down while my assault droid attacks them from the front. It's great. It's a lot of fun. You can do some crazy stuff with it.
Sounds great.
Combat, A+, whatever. Having a lot of fun with that. Well, I guess it's new, so we'll see if it holds up 20 hours from now.
Gotcha, yeah.
But
so does it carve its own kind of niche compared to 2 or 3, or does it play kind of similar to
It's
that?
definitely different. Simply based on the fact of maneuverability.
Is it faster?
It's definitely faster paced,
okay.
And you can. They didn't design it for you. You can hide behind cover, of course, and you can play as that soldier. That's how you have to really play at the beginning of the game. But as you start to, you can still go down that path of soldier. But as you start to, maybe get into the tech or the biotics trees, you have definitely more room to move around and do crazy stuff, like I just said. Going off of one more complaint, something that really has bothered me is, like I said, all the talking. 2 nights this week I sat down to play, and it was just all these conversations. And I understand conversations and exposition and whatever, but dadgum, it was just, it's like all these different hub worlds. And I'm just like, okay, so we have the Ark hub world. You can go in there. I guess it makes all one giant hub world. But it's just like you have the Ark, you have the Nexus, then you have your ship, and then, without spoilers, there's even another one.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dadgum, okay, I get it. It's one of the things I've definitely been feeling is it's really overwhelming. There's crafting, okay, there's research projects, there's a whole little mini system where you can send little squads out to do bonus objectives and get resources back. And there's conversations with your companions and there's side missions, and it's just like, okay, you know,
where do I go from here?
Where do I even start?
Yeah, where do I start?
And it doesn't really explain all the things that. It doesn't explain everything very well. You know.
Is it just basically like they're giving you these tiny little summaries before they
give like these little tiny little boxes full of like, hey, it's like, oh, okay, and then it's just like, here you go.
How much of that content have you really touched on?
I mean, I just kind of started getting into the crafting today, the mining.
From what you can see,
I don't think I missed it. I literally think it just didn't explain it to me.
So from what you like Dragon Age?
Yeah, so it just kind of threw me out there.
From what you've been playing with that, the crafting and the mining and stuff like that, does it seem
the mining
functional?
Is still dull as ever.
Yeah.
Mining has not changed.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that thing where you still like scan the planet and?
Yeah, except now it's a little different. Okay, so mining in this game is now you're looking at a star system. You hold down your scanner, and it's like anomaly detected, and you shoot your probe out. You don't have to buy probes or fuel this time around.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you have as many probes as you want. And you shoot your probe, you go look at it, you scan it again, it's like an asteroid, and then you find the one deposit, and then you move on. And on the planets, it's like you have mineral sources, and you drive around the selected area dropping probes where the minerals are. So it's still boring as ever, but the planet exploration's fun.
Yeah,
I do enjoy that. And the new vehicle, what is it called? I forget. It's better than the Mako though. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
From the footage I saw of it, it doesn't want to hop and flip and do all this stupid stuff.
It's got a boost, it's got a jump, and it's got this like 4-wheel drive option. So
Yeah,
you can go up
I
hills.
don't understand. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, but why would you need to add that? It's just.
You know what? You're completely right, but it feels cool.
Sounds cool.
I can't get up the hill. Oh, you know what? 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you ever driven 4-wheel drive?
Yes.
It's great.
It is great.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying about it.
It just is.
Yeah.
It's a man thing.
Well, I mean, like going out a mountain on a dirt road, 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Boom, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
especially
great.
if you're in a truck.
Yeah.
That is the feeling that BioWare is trying to give you.
Yeah.
They're trying to give you for those people who have never been in a 4-wheel drive. Here's your chance.
It probably is immersive and whatever. They're trying to add another layer to it. I don't know what they were trying to do there. No, it doesn't make sense, but it's cool.
Does it have guns?
No, not from where I'm at yet. I'm not sure if they'll add guns to it or not, but there's customization options.
You know what? I guarantee you, at the end, they're going to pull another Mass Effect 1 and make you drive it through a bunch of combat.
I don't know yet. As far as combat goes with that thing, it's pretty much just run them over.
Well, I'm talking about like even if there's like not a gun, I'm just calling it that you're going to just drive through a bunch of people just shooting.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
That makes me think back to back in the day when I played Borderlands, when you would go from like zone to zone, that big little like dune buggy, the little bandits just run them over. Just get out of the way.
Run them over.
Got a little machine gun on the top. Who cares? Who cares? Not doing anything.
It's good, and the story does have some mystery to it, and it is interesting. At the same time, the story so far seems like it is definitely taking some influence from the original trilogy. How that is, I'm not going to say yet. Maybe we'll have a spoiler cast down the line.
Okay.
But right now, it's a little familiar for sure. But we'll see how it goes. It does have a mystery to it that is compelling.
From what you've played, me and Paul got here before you, so we talked a little bit about the comparison between Inquisition to Andromeda. And Paul was saying that he thought that it played, from what he's heard, it's kind of been doing better than Inquisition. How would you feel about that? Because you played it on Inquisition, right?
I played all the way through.
We won't know until like many hours in.
Of course. But how is it feeling? Because I remember when I played Inquisition, I did not like the intro. The whole beginning didn't.
The intro was boring. The first place that you actually visited was actually fun to me.
But yeah, I like to go around, like sitting up at like the watchtowers, going through.
It
the
is
towns.
similar to Inquisition in several ways.
It
like,
is.
For example, how the map works. Like when you go to a planet, or like when you go to like a different part of the map on Inquisition, you have like this boxed in sand. You have the sandbox that you're in. Okay.
Okay.
That's definitely how it is on the planets. You're not exploring the entire planet, but they give you a little box with borders, and you can explore that. And in that parameters. So in terms of how the map is designed, it definitely takes from Inquisition. God, I'm trying to remember when I played straight through Inquisition, and I did not enjoy it.
Never look back.
Well, it's
Never
like
looked back.
I remember both of you and I said that the first 20 hours were fun.
First 20 hours in Inquisition, yeah, great time.
Then the next 20 hours were like, where's the story? This is boring. What am I doing? What's the goal? And then
I think I put 70. It took me 70 hours to beat Inquisition.
yeah, and at 40 hours, I was just like, I can't do it.
You didn't even finish it, right?
Yeah,
I never
said
finished
I don't
straight.
blame. I had to literally just power through.
I still own the game, and I still look at it because my little dwarf warrior dude's like in the sand area where I'm looking for the colt or whatever the dude, and I'm right there. And I was playing. I was like, forget. I'm done, dude.
When I got to that part, I stopped playing for probably about a week.
Yeah.
And then came back. I was like, I gotta finish it.
It was so terrible. The map, the zone, like you're running through just sand.
I think Inquisition's
That's right.
There's hardly any enemies.
Inquisition's major flaw was definitely the story sucked, and it did not compel you to go forward.
It was not what I was looking for.
And the question is, do you think that Andromeda will?
I don't know yet. I hope so. I think I think there's an okay startup
Yeah.
that I am interested in seeing how things go.
Is it just kind of wordy? Is it just kind of like too much
It's
exposition?
just a whole lot. I don't know what the stretch was there or why they designed it.
Is
that
most
way.
of the dialogue like noteworthy? Is it
It's
like
just-
is it like
maybe-
insightful dialogue?
Maybe it's because I've been a gamer for like so long.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, general dialogue, give me my side quest. I get it. You're in trouble, whatever. Let's
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
fair.
I don't know. Maybe it is the writing. I would say it's just okay. I get whatever. I've heard a million times before. Let's get it on. You know.
Let's do this.
So let's get on with it. I don't know. It's. I'm not ready to call it bad, but I'm not necessarily ready to call it good yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't been all that impressive yet.
Hasn't been.
Well-
No. Graphically though, it's good.
Okay, I was gonna ask that because you were saying before that Paul brought up the backwards gun thing, and you said that you didn't get that glitch, but you were talking about seeing dudes
Yeah.
floating in the
yeah,
air.
there's
And everything.
definitely some
Besides
glitches.
that,
Graphics are great.
is there so there's no like graphical glitches. You aren't seeing like texture
I
palettes.
don't think I've seen any pop in or texture. Or
Okay.
There's definitely been no screen tearing.
No.
Graphically, it's been pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. Animation wise, graphically, it's great. So
Is the animations outside of like the facial expressions bad too?
there's some weird walking sometimes.
Really? Oh
No, I was talking with you earlier this week when you first picked it up or something like
Yeah.
that. I think
Cora.
before we went to Fry's.
I had this moment where I had to pause the game. I was laughing so hard, but Cora did like this snake walk out of the room. It was so weird. She was just like doing this right out of the room, and I was just like,
It's
whoa.
flailing her arms. Like,
I was
oh. Slithering.
It was weird. It was really funny though, and I was laughing. I had to pause the game. I don't know what that was about.
I've
Yeah.
always said I've always seen it with Bioware games though. Like, video game developers should not try and make human-looking character models.
It's weird because when you're actually in control of your character and you're watching him run around,
It's fine.
It looks great. It looks realistic. Great, whatever. It's when they take over and they're trying. It looks odd.
They talk like with their hands up, moving it the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Their
some of
hands
it's-
bobble up and down. It's like
Some of it's odd. Yeah.
I got you.
But they were going into they announced this week. I think they announced an announcement or something this week.
So
That on April 4th they're gonna.
do an immediate patch.
Is
Yeah.
it coming on April 4th, or are they gonna have the details on April 4th?
I think
Let's
they're
look at it.
going to. Yeah, we've got it pulled up.
This
here.
is saying that they are promising more information regarding immediate plans on April 4th.
Okay, so this is not the patch yet,
Okay.
but they said they did mention that they have, and this information is coming from PC Gamer.
I mean, just look at that character model right there. Just that picture they have
It's
that
not
it,
great.
it just looks kind of awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely need to make some patches.
Yeah.
For sure. On the animations, and I don't know.
I'm surprised they didn't try doing it like a day one patch just to fix up what they could. But maybe it's.
Well, we all know EA.
Oh, yeah.
EA just comes in and says,
Screw
you're
you.
launching this day, get it done. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this game's been in development for 5 years.
2012.
Yeah. And it. With all the bugs and the patches that a lot of people were reporting, it sounded like an unfinished game. And it's been 5 years.
I mean, yeah, 5 years is a long time to make a game, and to have these kinds of problems is...
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's you can't blame EA for that.
I mean,
that's up to,
no, you're probably right. And you know Andromeda had a massive budget. I don't know what the budget was, but you know they had a massive budget. Mass Effect.
I mean, Mass Effect 3, for all the criticism it got when it came out at first, was still a successful game.
I also think it's interesting that they haven't...
Well, I mean, just
from
because
what I've
the
seen,
ending sucked,
the game was
the game was bad.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like financially, like the game was successful.
I think it's also interesting, and this made me nervous about the game just from the get go. When they came in and said, this is built to be a standalone title, okay, and that it's not necessarily going to have Andromeda 2 or Andromeda 3. That made me nervous because that wasn't. You know, if this is successful, they're going to make an Andromeda 2. You know it.
Yeah.
And you know they'll try to make a trilogy out of it, but they already set it up to where they can back out if they need to, and that's scary. So
they're just covering their
they're already covering their butts in case it fails.
Gotcha.
That's not, when you see developers doing that, that's not a good thing.
No.
Yeah.
And for EA, BioWare, stuff like that, that's kind of disheartening.
Well, I mean, that's like you're not showing confidence in your product.
Yeah,
you know?
And this is BioWare. This is one of the more.
This is BioWare,
and even EA. These are one of the these are like the big names.
I mean,
these are the guys who should be confident in what they are capable of making.
We're KOTOR, Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Origins.
I mean, Dragon Age Origins. You know, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, all of them.
3. We talked about this another time. 3 was a great game.
It was a good game.
Ending was crap.
Yeah.
But the ride all the way up to it,
great.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
The
sounds are great too, by the way. I was going to mention that. The sound of the gun, sound of the
jetpack.
It all sounds are awesome.
So the gun sounds satisfying?
Oh, yeah.
What all guns do you have so far? Like the basic assault rifle?
I just got to my second assault rifle. Yeah, I just bought my second rifle and kind of did some modifications with it. And was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Definitely better than the starting weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So those were kind of kicking my butt until I got this guy. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next topic and.
Sure. Yeah. What's on the agenda? What are we looking at?
All right. So we covered Mass Effect. We got Destiny 2, we got Switch, we got Microsoft and PS4, we got WoW, we got Bannerlord, Nier, and Neo. We all want to touch.
How about we talk about Destiny 2? I know at least
I'm
most
the Destiny
people.
guy.
Most people.
You're the
most
Destiny guy. I am the anti-Destiny
But
guy.
it's coming to PC.
Did they announce that?
Yes.
Okay, then
PC.
I am the Destiny guy too.
You didn't hear that?
No.
Confirmed for PC.
See, thank you. I remember. So I remember giving you my Xbox.
Yeah.
And said, you know what, you will find me playing Destiny when it comes on to PC. Because they promised that to us at the beginning.
Yes, they did. They said it will eventually come to PC.
Oh, jeez.
And I waited. And I waited. I think I got that back in 2013 or maybe 2014.
When did that game launch? When did Destiny come
Destiny?
out? 3 years ago?
I think so. It can't be that old.
I think it came out 3 years ago.
Okay, so that was 3 years ago that happened. Okay,
We're going on year 4.
Made me livid.
This is year 3 or 4. No, Forsaken King came out second year. Iron Lords came out third year.
Destiny launched the end of 2014, September 9th.
Yeah.
So we're looking at.
We're going in the 4th year.
Yeah. No, we're going in.
The third year.
The third year.
Yeah, we're going in.
So this is
2 and a half years, maybe something like that. Getting there.
So I mean, if they're I'm so used to saying that if the reviews are good, I'll definitely pick it up and play it and review it. But you should totally pick that up for PC. Too.
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2?
Yeah, so we can play it together.
Yeah, all my characters are on Xbox.
Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny 2? Yeah, I'm not starting. Well, we're already going to be starting. Yeah, they
you'll be starting over.
announced that, and they even showed it in the trailer. If
Yeah.
you watched the trailer, they gave an excuse for why.
Oh, yeah.
That character was like, everything's destroyed.
Yeah,
including my
Page 6 is like, everything's gone, my stuff's gone, your stuff's gone, but most importantly, my stuff's gone.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
It was a great trailer. I really liked it.
Which means if I don't see you out there,
I'll kill you
I'll
myself.
kill you myself. Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, something with a G.
At the end, he's just like, and he's expecting everybody to cheer and whatnot, and it's dead silence, and he's just like, well, go get some loot, and like everybody cheers him on it.
There will be lots of loot.
Yeah, there will be lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I cannot wait. Destiny. I have played Destiny since the day it came out.
You still play it today?
I still play it today. I love Destiny. Always have.
Yeah.
I fell off a little bit, and
What
then
I-
Taken King came out and stole me right back. So,
What I request of Destiny on PC, or I mean Destiny 2, I should say more specifically, is I want an actual open world filled with people. I'm not sure if it fixed that in the other Destiny expansions.
I don't think we'll see that. I think that they will stick to the way that they've been doing
bugs
it.
me.
Go up in your ship, go down to the planet zones, and
Mission
stuff
by
like
mission kind
Well,
of.
yeah, no, what I'm talking about is like an actual like open world on the planets.
What are you trying like WoW style?
I think he
not
wants like a
necessarily
fully
WoW
he
style.
wants like fully fleshed out planets. Like you can go from one
I
end
want
of
it
the
to feel
planet,
alive. I don't
go
want to
from
walk,
one end of the planet to the other end.
Yeah, I don't want. Well, I mean not
Maybe
not
that
the
large.
full planet being open, but just a massively open area.
You want bigger scale.
Yeah,
I understand that.
and I want
can't
to see
tell
more
you-
players in the zones.
I can't tell you how many times I've just been around Venus or Mars and just seeing the same stuff, and it's just a circle, really, and it's just
Yeah, and
I understand
I
if
also
you
want
want
the
bigger
world
scale.
to feel alive.
Well, I feel like after you've been around, so yeah, it doesn't really feel alive once you've made that circle.
Yeah.
For the 500th time, hunting
Something
down
like-
whatever.
Well, it's just I remember we played together,
yeah.
and we and I remember we'd land on a planet, and we'd run straight to the dungeons, and then we'd run back from those dungeons, go collect our reward, go do the new quest, go straight back into a different dungeon, and not necessarily like the group dungeons, but like the quest instances.
The
really.
strikes,
Not the strikes.
dungeons. What are you talking about?
Not necessarily dungeons, but like there's like that one area that you would go to, do your little quest, come back.
You talking about
and
the
then
missions?
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Okay, like the story missions and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I love Destiny. Destiny 2 is interesting. I cannot believe I'm already waiting. They've destroyed the city. The Traveler's on fire. What the heck? The whole point of it has been like, this is our last stand. This is the last city on Earth. The Travelers are saving grace.
Oh, and guess what?
And then Destiny 2 trailer, like everything's burning.
We maybe something you haven't heard, but in the past 4 days they've announced that apparently Destiny 2 is going to see a release date this coming September.
Oh, I think it's
September 8th.
September 8th.
September
yeah, they
8th.
announced
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
September 8th
Yeah.
is the release date. So
This year we're getting Destiny 2.
I'll be taking a week off work and no lifing that.
Hey!
For sure.
We can do it together.
Cool.
It will. I don't know. I'm interested to see more details about it. I want a gameplay trailer. I want to see I would like a little bit bump in the graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're going to do
I
that.
thought Destiny's graphics were good. I thought they could have been better. I think with the budget that they have, they could definitely ramp that up and make it really pretty. But that's
Something
just
else
an
that-
aesthetic thing. If they don't, it's whatever. I'm still gonna have a fun time playing it, I'm sure.
Well, it's like when Destiny came out and I saw the graphics and I noticed that they weren't like the top, like that they weren't as good as they could have been. I was pretty pissed that out of the $500 million they got, they only spent $250 million on the actual game and $250 million on advertising. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the source was for that, but
Who knows?
it's interesting. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm excited that we finally get a Cabal, probably going to get a Cabal raid. We didn't see a lot of the Cabal in Destiny.
Yeah.
We definitely saw a ton of Fallen. We definitely saw a lot of Hive. We saw a lot of all the other. We saw, the vanilla game was all about the Vex and that raid.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see Cabal stuff. I'm really excited about that. So
Cool.
Yeah. That's what I got for Destiny 2. Very excited.
What's up next?
We all want to talk about the Switch?
Let's talk about some Nintendo, yeah.
Let's talk about Nintendo. What the heck is going on with Nintendo?
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
They got a pretty successful launch.
Yeah, they had a great
They
launch.
aren't
Based
doing
on
terrible.
gimmicks.
True, I guess so.
And Zelda.
And Zelda.
Yeah, I think I saw a number earlier this week that it's literally 9 out of 10 Switches sold. They're picking up Zelda with it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Of course. I mean,
yeah.
and they know it. They're pushing it. You're not seeing any commercials on TV for any of the
who's
Switch
buying?
games.
Who's buying the Switch to pick up anything else?
Who's
Really?
buying the Switch to buy that boxing game with the Switch? Who's buying it to buy to play something like what's it called? That Banjo-Kazooie game they're coming out with it. It's basically a
Hey,
Banjo-Kazooie.
be careful,
type
man.
game.
There's a lot of people excited about this.
Hey, I am too, but I mean, no one saw that and wanted to buy a Switch specifically for that.
I am worried about Nintendo. I grew up a Nintendo person. That was my game console.
Well, I mean, that's every kid.
64 and the GameCube. I didn't get my PS2 until a couple of years before the PS3 came out.
Well, I remember being a little kid and playing the NES and
Yeah. I played a little bit of NES.
just basically any Nintendo console. Mario Bros was my shit.
Ocarina of Time was my first game I ever played, and all I did was want to ride the horse.
Yeah.
It wasn't until years later I actually sat down and was like,
I'm beating.
what is this? This is great.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm worried about Nintendo, and I think this could either be really good or really bad. We already have developers who have come out and said, I'm not going to make a game for the Switch.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
The developers that
Borderlands,
did say,
the Borderlands developers, what was that, 2K? Who
Yeah,
makes
it's I think it's.
Who makes Borderlands? 2K?
It's not Naughty Dog, is it?
No, it's not
No, it's
Naughty
not
Dog.
Naughty Dog,
No, Naughty Dog. No,
No,
Naughty Dog
no.
makes
I
Uncharted.
don't know what I'm thinking
and
of. I'm thinking
Last
of.
I think it's 2. I'm not sure. Anyway, the people who made Borderlands have already come out and said, you'll never see Borderlands 3 on Switch. Dang.
Well, I mean,
That is just, wow.
There was a sit list of developers that said, yeah, we're partnered up with Nintendo, and a lot of them
Bethesda
backed
signed
out.
on with them.
Yeah,
That was shocking.
but a lot of the original developers that signed on have already backed out. I can't remember the list. I can't remember how many exactly, but
You've already, I mean, I've heard this, I've read this so many times from developers. We have to make a game, we're making a game, and we have to make it for PC, Xbox, and PS4, and they all run a little bit different from each other, especially the PC from the consoles.
yeah,
And then you want to tell us that you want us to put it on a fourth console? There's just not enough room. There's just not enough time.
yeah.
You know? It's hard for developers to make that.
Well, that's why they need to do exclusives, and I want to see them do mature exclusives.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I understand that for sure, but
Because
Nintendo does have the brand family. It has been branded family.
I think they try a little more here and there. I mean, Breath of the Wild isn't like a super kidsy game.
No, I mean,
oh no.
I have a 5-year-old, and if I sat my 5-year-old down and told him to beat Breath of the Wild,
They couldn't.
They couldn't.
No,
She couldn't. I know she couldn't. But
See that's what I'm talking about with more mature.
Well,
I'm not
more
talking
of
about like blood, guts, Rambo. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like some games that aren't Mario, Donkey Kong, and Zelda.
I know it's probably been said over and over again, beaten to the ground, but I would like to see the old kind of mascots, things like Metroid, things like Star Fox, stuff like that. Even stuff like Kirby, to see games on the Switch. And we're gonna Donkey Kong stuff like that. We're gonna see them. I would like to see them take those franchises, bring some more back in the spotlight, things like Metroid. Bring in another good game into that franchise.
What was the last Metroid game?
Was it
that was on
was
console.
Was it Other M?
That was on console.
Was it Other M or was it
Not
Corruption?
handheld.
I think it was. I can't remember which one.
I think it was Other M or Corruption.
I think it was back.
I know-
The
I-
GameCube.
Corruption was on the Wii.
Yes, it was. I'm thinking it was. I'm thinking it was Other M was the last one.
Other
I don't think Metroid was on the Wii U.
Didn't they just come out with one, or they're coming out with one for the
no
3DS?
the last one they did already came out. It was Metroid Federation Force. It was you don't even play as Samus in that one. You play as like the Galactic Federation Force. You play as like a kill team.
That's
squad,
what I'm
basically.
talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying a Metroid game. I'm saying bring back Samus Aran. Do stuff like that with the franchise. It's like you have a new console. You have new things you can do with this.
You think we'll see another Smash Bros?
I mean, obviously.
I mean, the guy behind them has been working on. The guy who's worked on all of them came out and said that Brawl is my last one. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
do you
think they'll just move on without him?
That's their prime money maker right there.
One of. I mean,
Smash Bros is a good time.
They have hordes of college kids that come out and buy Smash Bros. You still got kids playing on.
They have a pretty big competitive following.
Yeah,
as
on
well.
college campuses. You have not the newest one. Smash 4 not so much, but it's not quite the same as the old ones.
Melee
is still pretty popular.
Really?
Oh yeah, like for the professional tournaments, Melee is the one that they do.
Oh, yeah, Melee is the one anyone's gonna tell you is like the best one to play, like competitively. Wow. You probably hear people saying that Melee is probably his like best game he made. Like it's his masterpiece.
Yeah, like
I don't particularly agree with it. But I mean,
what's your favorite? You're the big Smash Bros. Guy.
The one that I had the most fun with.
You went to competitions.
I actually played in high school was the fan made one. Project-M. The one that they basically brought Melee physics and changed movesets for characters with Brawl. It was a Brawl engine, but it was a mod basically. Okay. And they changed movesets for characters. They basically balanced the meta, so characters that were absolutely terrible in Brawl make it to where they have a chance. They fix certain characters. And they just bring a lot of more new stuff in it, and instead of using the kind of Brawl physics engines or things like tripping or stuff like that, they bring it back to Melee. So players like Fox, Fox, how he comes to Melee and Brawl, a lot different. So in Project M, you're gonna have Fox controlling like he would in Melee.
Okay.
So to me, that was the one I enjoyed the most because it took what Melee kind of base was and just changed it. Kind of gave it its own little identity. It had a huge following in tournaments. So like there was that. It was an incredibly successful take on the game.
Sure.
And so something more like that and not like Smash 4, like on the Switch. Just what I'm trying to say is you have a new console.
Do something.
If you're going to try and make a new console, if you're going to try and make new kind of, like I think Paul said earlier, like gimmicky games, at least take the games that you've had for such a long time and make something good out of them. Like, don't half-ass it. Don't do stuff like, I don't know, Yoshi's Woolly World or stuff like that. Don't take games like that. And
I think that did well, didn't it?
I mean, it did. But I mean,
they're fun games, and that's why people keep buying them. But like, still, like, if you want people to keep buying games, you got to keep making games.
They limit themselves because how many people do you think a 21-year-old man is generally going to walk into a GameStop and say, "Can I buy Yoshi's Woolly World, please?"
I think some would.
I think some would too, but I mean,
I don't know. That's not who I am.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying open up to more audiences. Like I was talking to Paul, like open up to maybe more genres because a lot for the Wii U or Nintendo in general, we can see a lot of
platformers everywhere.
Platformers, the occasional RPGs, things like Xenoblade, stuff like that. Not Persona, but like Xenoblade Chronicles. Why not bring stuff like maybe
Ni no Kuni?
Yeah, Ni no Kuni. Maybe
Ni no Kuni is so good.
Maybe just find something like
they're making it too, and I'm so happy about it.
You realize what they're doing with number 2, right?
Yeah, I know they're changing it up, the combat style.
Yeah,
it's not like Pokemon-ish anymore. It's more like
you control the human.
Yeah, that's cool. It's interesting.
Yeah. And the like Pokemon like characters that you
the Pokemon that aren't Pokemon.
Yeah.
Wait, that Ni no Kuni's on PlayStation, not Nintendo. I'm so sorry.
No, I would like to see, of course, but still.
Well, you're still playing the two, like what we're saying. Put more genres, like get more out there. Like I was saying, like maybe make a shooter. Like they did something with Splatoon. Like that was incredibly successful.
Yeah, Splatoon was. Yeah.
And it's like that's just something they don't usually make. You don't see them making a lot of like even third-person shooters. Like try and just like bring something new.
Yeah.
But don't do those gimmicky games with things like
1-2 Switch.
You know what you know what I hate about them bringing in Bethesda though is that they're doing Skyrim on it.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah, they did Skyrim on it. Why would you not do Fallout 4?
Skyrim. Oh,
that's your newest and best.
Well, here's the deal: is that everybody loves Skyrim, and I love Skyrim and everything, but I hate seeing it everywhere. I absolutely
They have really shoved Skyrim down our throats.
Yeah,
oh my
and
God.
I'm so tired of it.
It's the best RPG ever
Definitive
made.
edition. Game of the Year edition.
HD remastered
HD
edition.
remaster. and
Official mod support on console.
Official mod support on console.
Please keep playing our game.
it's going to be on the Switch. It's like
Throw
holy
money at
crap.
us, please.
We all spent 200 plus hours with Skyrim. We've been there. We've done that. Please just make Elder Scrolls 6. Please.
You see stuff like Bethesda doing that, and then like BioWare with stuff like Andromeda from what we're hearing, and Ink was kind of falling flat. It just kind of feels like maybe the big companies that we kind of follow so fervently, that the ones like, so confidently in, maybe it's time to have them take a step back a little bit. Maybe it's time, I think I talked to you about this before, Avery, maybe try and get some new life in the gaming industry.
Well,
maybe some new companies, some new public.
Definitely, we always need new titles. And new titles, look at what Horizon Zero Dawn did this year. The Guerrilla stepped away from Killzone, okay? Because the last Killzone did not do well.
No.
And they stepped away and they're like, we're going to make something new. And we're going to do something completely out of the box. Horizon Zero Dawn came to light. And that game is awesome.
Well, I also like what the company did was that it wasn't solely just them. They used another company's game engine and used them as like a support to creating that huge, massive world.
I mean, I don't know anything about that, but
yeah, I remember with them doing an interview talking about both the company heads talking about it and like how it's changed things.
Come together then. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
we always need new IPs, and we just live in this time where they're just making sequels and reboots and remasters, and it's just like, we get it. There's a God of War. We're getting God of War 4.
I saw that. You got the big beard now and everything.
I remember
God of
hearing
War.
the news for that, and I wanted to blow my brains out.
I love God of War. God of War 1, 2, and 3, especially 2.
Well,
God of War 2 is so good.
You're not even seeing it just in video games. I mean, look at it with stuff like movies.
Yeah.
Stephen King's It, the Lion King getting a remaster thing. Like, it just seems like we're living in this world now where all we're seeing is like a bunch of the same things.
We're out of new ideas.
To defend it, like originally it was a TV series.
That's true. Yeah.
And you know what? It actually looks like it's going to be decent.
For sure, but I'm just saying, like, seeing stuff it's not new. It's just taking an old idea and remastering.
I think God of War 4, that trailer for it, the gameplay that they showed off, looked good.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't help but roll my eyes because once again, we're just going to continue on. And like Gears of War 4.
Why couldn't they?
Hated Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
Did not care for it.
I bought that game like 2 months ago. I thought I'd buy it, add to my collection and everything, and I played it, and I played online and everything too, and I just played for like 4 days, a week.
I don't know.
Gave up.
Gave up.
I was like, dude, I hate this.
I don't know. I just had this feeling of I beat the story, and I played the multiplayer, and I was just like, I've been here. I've done this. I've spent plenty of time with
it. Felt like Gears of War 3.
We're getting a Gears of War 5 and probably a 6.
Oh yeah, they're gonna take these characters and keep doing. I'm done.
Well, I mean, the ending to Gears of War 4 just leaves it completely open.
Yeah, it does. The ending of Gears of War 4 leaves it completely open. The story is nowhere near finished that they're trying to tell, and it's just like, I don't care.
With God of War 4. What I don't understand is why didn't they just do the same premise, except with the new IP and new characters? To me, there was no reason to bring Kratos into it. I'm happy we're going to get that game because it looks like it's going to be awesome and
it does look good, and I do have some hope for it. It's just I'm not necessarily bashing on God of War 4.
Good.
It looks good. It's just I'd rather have something new like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look different. It doesn't look the same.
Looks different.
It does look different.
Looks different.
Well, I mean,
they're not doing like the over the top kind of like hack and slash type stuff anymore.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is like an over the shoulder.
So you remember the dual swords, right? That were chained onto you, and you like throw them out and swing them. You use an axe now, and instead of doing Spartan Rage, you do like. Oh, no, it's still called Spartan Rage. But yeah, see, like that could have easily been like Viking Rage because it's totally Viking.
Well, they're doing Norse gods.
Yeah.
Because Kratos killed all the other ones.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Is that what Kratos does?
Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
No,
so,
anyways, let's move on to the next one.
We got. Oh, so real quick, I just want to touch on this while we're talking about Nintendo. We got off track there. So, what do y'all think? Are y'all hopeful for the Switch? I partially think.
Well, let's wait till E3.
I think in a year from now, honestly, the Switch could just pull like a Wii U and it sells. And it sells, and then it stops selling, and it's just dead. I mean, the Wii U only sold 13 million consoles. That's so little.
Well, I think we gotta wait till E3 because if they don't announce any game like a extensive list of games coming out for like a full year, like shit, nobody's gonna want to buy it anymore.
If you do like Nintendo though. Before we break off from this? Oh, so sorry.
I was going to say that I agree with Paul on that E3. I mean, I think with how much potential the Switch has and how much they can like move forward with it, because they haven't launched a lot of games yet. E3 is huge for the Switch. It launched so recently. It's coming up. Its launch isn't that far off from E3 compared to like the Xbox One and PS4 coming up. Let's see what they can do. I think. It's not dead yet. It's not shot yet.
They've had a strong launch.
Yeah, exactly. I would argue with the games like Breath of the Wild, maybe better launch than maybe Xbox One or PS4.
I don't know what their launch numbers were, but I know it was the best Nintendo's had
for a while. Yeah,
and I know that. But my thing is, I contemplated, and this is so sad, but I contemplated just buying a Switch just to play Breath of the Wild. What I was going to do with that console afterwards was probably put it in a corner.
Yeah.
Until Mario Odyssey came out.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. That was my only intent for that console if I were to purchase it. Breath of the Wild and go sit in the corner.
I know what happened with that Wii U, yeah. And then we bought that Smash Bros. 4.
And bought the Wii U.
Super Mario
Smash
World, whatever.
Yeah.
The new Super Mario World with the cat outfit.
Had a great time with it for a couple weeks. And it just sat in a corner
for a year. This is gone.
Yeah.
I just hope Nintendo does something.
Well, if you are trying to get some type of Mario, Nintendo, whatever fix, Super Mario runs out on the Android. I've been playing it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
$10 get you the whole game. It's not too bad.
No, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But Super Mario Run's pretty fun. I like it. It's pretty good. It's pretty polished pretty well. And
is it the 2D side
3D? It's 3D,
It's like
you slide back and forth.
It looks a lot like Super Mario World on the 3DS.
It's like Super Mario World on the phone, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of fun. I really like it. I've been playing it, and
that's what I'm saying. Like Nintendo isn't in. It's not like they're a disenfranchised company. It's not like people don't take them seriously. Yeah. It's more of a matter of
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they still have a chance. Like they're a respectable company. They can show with like Breath of the Wild. They've shown they can do good things.
Do you think in 10 years we'll see Mario on a PlayStation 5?
No.
No,
absolutely not.
I hope not.
If Nintendo goes down, they're taking their IPs with them.
I would think
y'all
so
can't
too.
have Donkey Kong Mario.
No. This absolutely not.
That'd be disgusting.
This dies with
That'd
us.
be disgusting.
We still have the 3DS.
Would you buy New Super Mario World 87 on the PlayStation?
It would feel so wrong.
I would never play it. I'd never buy it.
It would just feel like.
Imagine if it got a PC release though.
It'd be like sticking a middle finger to my childhood.
I wouldn't do it.
Can't do it.
Could you imagine playing Smash Bros. With like an Xbox controller?
That sickens me even more.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
What are the bumpers gonna do?
If I saw either of you two doing that, I would probably smack you guys upside and down.
I'd never do
It would
it.
just be an act of betrayal.
Now Nintendo leaves the console scene and goes straight to PC. Super
Um,
Mario World on the PC.
You can go on Microsoft and play PS4. So PS4 recently got to, I think it's 53 million units sold as of December.
PS4?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Microsoft is, I believe, still at the 25 to 28 mark. I don't even think they've hit 30 yet.
Wow.
That's pretty sad.
That's less than $10 million a year.
They are still paying for that crap they pulled at E3.
Yeah.
Oh, their last E3. Like,
Not the last E3, the E3
The first one where
when
they
they started
announced it.
talking, when they announced Xbox One.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
still paying for that.
And it doesn't help that, like, when was the last exclusive on the Xbox?
I couldn't tell you. Was
Gears
it,
of War 4?
was it Gears of War?
Gears of War, I think.
Might have been like a
Halo. Wait, the Halo 5 came out way before.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. I think.
Yeah.
No, Halo 5.
Was there a racing game that came out recently?
Forza, something like that.
I don't know, man. They as far as exclusives go with Microsoft, it's pretty dry right now.
Yeah, and see, that's their biggest issue to me right now.
As far as PlayStation owners go, well, you just got Neo and Horizon
And
Horizon
Nier,
and Horizon's already up for Game of the Year.
which I just gotta say, Nier is an awesome game.
Great, happy. I'm looking forward to playing that.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll get around to it.
No, I'm gonna.
I know we're gonna do a video about it, but I actually want to sit down and play it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's on PS4, so
Yeah, I don't know what I'm ever
I
gonna
got
do
it for
playing
PC, but
Oh well.
the controls are walking.
So I'm seeing that as early as February, so like last month, Xbox One was pushing exactly 20,067,310. So just over 20 million.
Seriously?
I don't know how much more they've sold in the past month, but they've just broke 20 million in February 13th.
Is the source good?
We're looking at Tech Times.
I don't know.
I don't know, but this is the
Yeah, I
same
don't know.
report. This is the same watchers at VCG charts are saying that.
I don't know.
Is that worldwide or just
This
USA?
is worldwide.
All right.
Interesting. That's astounding. I mean, if I was
To compare, EA has announced that the Xbox One and PS4 consoles together are sold about 60 million put together. So we're looking at around, in January, PS4 had 36 million.
no, it's higher than that. I know.
No, that's back in January.
No, I know because I know
Well, here, let me look
the
it up
report
here.
I read was that because they came out and announced when they got to 40 million. I know Sony was like, we've reached 40 million.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. I know.
PS4 is selling twice as well as Xbox One
Back in
overall. 26 million Xbox One units sold and 55 million
Yeah, there you
PS4 units sold.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is according to Ars Technica.
Ars Technica is good. So, 26 million units sold compared to 55.
Xbox better come out swinging this year at E3.
They're betting so much on Scorpio.
Well, that's literally they aren't even half of what that's less than half of
Yeah.
PS4.
Can I quickly mention the audacity that of Sony and Microsoft coming out with like the new 4K gaming consoles?
Well, it's just like a Slim.
I don't care. To me that's such bullshit and marketing bullshit.
I
Like
don't
to
know.
come out like that.
I don't have a problem with it. It's just instead of they came out with a 4K gaming machine, and this time if we were to go back to the last console generation, it just would have been a Slim. Same thing. PS4 Pro is like a PS4 Slim, but this one has 4K. Xbox Scorpio is the same thing. Actually, I think Phil Spencer came out and said this is the way he'd just rather do it. Period. We just never leave Xbox One. We just keep releasing a
Upgrading.
new updated Xbox One every so years.
Really?
Yeah.
To me that's just
No way.
money grab to me.
No, because then when PlayStation's like, yeah, that's cute, y'all keep doing that, but when we announce PS5, everybody's gonna crap themselves.
Well, I was reading about coming in the holidays this year. They're talking about Project Scorpio. That they're saying that it's a new console, and they're saying that's the 6 teraflops of graphical processing,
6 teraflops.
true 4K gaming, compatibility with Xbox One games and accessories. Apparently, they're having wireless controllers that are VR headset compatible, wireless headsets like that.
They're hologram
Hologram stuff like that too. Yeah, so
It sounds like a just insanely powerful machine.
they're pushing it. Yeah, so like I don't know which. I mean,
6
that's what I'm
teraflops.
saying.
6 teraflops is just so much to work with.
And who is that according to?
This is This is news.xbox.com. This is
Okay.
the Xbox Wire.
Okay.
So that's from
I mean,
the
I
Xbox
I
exclusive
think that's
news
so
website.
cool. I really do. My major concern about it is how much is that thing going to cost?
Are we going to get to the point now where video games become the wealthy? Only the top can play Xbox One.
No, but
PC will always have that.
We're selling Scorpios for $800 in stores.
I mean,
Oh my god.
you think it will be? I think if I had to predict it, I think it's going to be a $600 machine. That's just my early prediction.
Well, they can't do that.
I think they are.
It wouldn't sell.
I think they're going to try.
You have to I mean, like, they have to
If
realize
they
though,
do, if they do
have
do
to
that,
keep prices reasonable
they
for everybody.
I mean, how many people actually have 4K monitors or TV screens?
I don't. Have you
I
seen
don't-
the price of those things?
Hell no.
No, especially the curved ones.
If you want to get a good, decent like LG TV, you're like 50-inch. You're looking at like $800 to like $1,100, I think.
Oh, that's
When you
for
told
a
me that-
1080.
Weren't you telling me that there was some like 75-inch 4K TV that was like
I was on
$22,000?
Amazon. I was looking at
$22,000
Yeah,
for a
it's-
TV.
LG 75-inch curved TV, $20,000.
Oh my god.
You know what the curved screen does, right?
No.
It's like
It allows
better for
you
the
to
peripherals and stuff like that.
It allows you to sit at any
Yeah.
angle and still see the picture.
And it's
Wow.
also more immersive because it's
Full
hitting your
peripheral, yeah.
full
Gotcha.
peripheral view.
Yeah, like I think is like the YouTuber Syndicate or something like that. He was showing off his 4K TV screen that he bought, and I was sitting there like, you lucky bastard.
Would love to have one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're just not affordable for me yet.
Oh, I'd hook.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a decent price 4K monitor.
Yeah.
Because
you could double down and get the 8K.
what's the AK?
They have an 8K monitor.
What? No, my graphics card could not handle that.
It's kind of funny. They came out and said that they had an 8K monitor, but only people that are purchasing them are like companies and businesses and
Oh yeah.
like game developers and stuff like that. But it's really not a big deal
It's
yet.
not for the public.
But it's the technology is already out there. So as soon as you get your 4K, they're gonna be like
So
8K.
So at E3, we definitely need to see more Xbox games.
They have to come out.
PlayStation
PlayStation is kicking their ass
and we
left
need
and right.
new exclusives.
I mean, PlayStation's like, man, Bloodborne, Horizon, 1886. They did come out with Killzone, didn't do great, but whatever.
End of Days
Killzone,
or End
End of
Days.
Days. They have so many indie games. I mean,
Oh.
PlayStation is just killing it, man.
They're bringing it out. They're just way more content.
I will legitimately buy a PS4 just for End Days.
I love my PS4.
I'm
I
thinking about
prefer
buying
my
mine.
PS4 over my Xbox.
Yeah, I remember.
That is my go-to gaming machine.
Yeah,
But
I remember last gen.
I was 360 all the way.
It hurts.
No,
yeah.
no,
It hurts.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
At the
It was
beginning-
360.
at
Oh, I
the
had my
beginning-
PlayStation 3. Yes, I started out with my PlayStation 3. And I love my PlayStation 3. But I did turn to my Xbox 360, and I love my Xbox 360. I spent more time with the 360 than I did my PlayStation 3.
Yeah. In fact, you sold it.
Yeah, I
and
even
then
got
buy
rid
a
of
new
my
one
PlayStation 3.
for
But then, I didn't.
Last of Us.
Yeah, I went and got a cheap PlayStation for The Last of Us and Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I still got my PS3 that I play
I
every
think
once in a while. Play
I
Ratchet and
traded
Clank.
that Wii U. That's what I did. I traded the Wii U. For
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, you're getting screwed, buddy.
Yeah, get out of here. You're useless.
The,
I've already played Smash 4 plenty. I'm
Yeah.
done. Take it back. You want Smash 4 too? Here you go. Take them all.
But yeah, I
Take the games.
definitely. But I don't know, man.
Did you see the reviews for Rising Dead 5?
Mm-mm.
It got low scores.
Dead Rising? You mean?
Yeah, Dead Rising.
Rising
Rising of the
Dead
Dead. My bad. Dead Rising.
They
my
were like
bad.
probably bad reviews.
Fairly bad.
Is it out?
I'm not sure if it's out or if the reviews are just coming in early, but the reviews that I saw gave it like 6s.
My overall opinion: Capcom sucks.
Oh, for
not
sure.
not a Capcom fan.
Look, all I'm saying is Dead
Irrelevant
Rising
company.
1 and 2, glorious.
For sure.
Don't care for Capcom. Never really have.
Yeah.
Dead Rising 2 is probably the only game I've ever really played for them and enjoyed.
I can't think of a game specifically by Capcom that I played, except for like maybe the arcade
Resident
game I played.
Evil games.
Well, Resident Evil, but I mean, like, yeah, you're right, actually. But other than that, I could think of like the arcade machines back in like
I
the
won't
games.
touch Resident Evil.
By the way, guess what comes out in like May?
Oh yeah, Outlast 2 comes out.
I'm good.
A
No,
month or so.
you're playing with
I'm
us.
good.
Well,
No!
regardless, I think me and Paul have already decided we're going to play that game together.
Hey, be a
You two
bro.
have fun.
We're going to live stream it. We're going to have people
Hey.
watch us.
I'm gonna be sick that day.
That's fine.
Be
We'll let
a
them know.
bro.
No, we'll let them know. We'll let them know.
I don't know. Microsoft is falling behind. They're putting a lot on Scorpio. But here's the thing: even if Scorpio comes out and
Just kills it.
If there's no video games.
what are we gonna play on it?
Yeah.
We're just gonna.
I'm telling you.
It's not even the
E3
console. You need games.
You need games.
Yeah.
E3, they're going to show off a bunch of games, and if they don't, they are the biggest idiots in the world.
If they don't, I mean, I can't.
This is probably going to be the most invested I've been probably in like as far back as I can remember in actually watching E3, because I mean like with like the Switch, like
it's gonna
Switch,
be, yeah.
the Switch and the whole Scorpio, or just more games for Plus1. I want to see what people are going to actually bring out.
PlayStation
and Sony too, because you know
They
Sony
all
has,
have pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, even PlayStation has pressure with the PSVR,
for sure.
and they have to come out. I mean, the last I checked, I think, they reported to the New York Times that the PlayStation VR had sold like 915,000, and that was they said that was good for what they expected. So I've heard a lot about the PSVR. I'll never own one because I know myself, and I know no matter what the settings are, despite what people have told me, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever really get into VR gaming.
But I hear it's great, and people really do like it. It's
Right.
just PlayStation doesn't have a lot of exclusives for it. I think there's only 4 that have been announced, and only one of them's planned for this year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of. I'm worried that they're going to pull a Vita, and they're just going to be like, well, third-party support will take care of it. We're just going to kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
So they completely abandoned the Vita. And it looks like, I'm worried they're going to do the same thing with PSVR, and it's just so new. And with the PlayStation, they're
kind of like how
they're doubling down. They're like AAA games, you know? Like, and I think
so. I mean,
PlayStation, all PlayStation has to do is come out and say, we're going to continue to support VR, and here's all these cool PS4 games that are coming out soon. Microsoft, they have to sell us on Scorpio and announce a ton of Microsoft games. Nintendo just has to go announce a ton of Nintendo games.
They gotta show us what they're planning.
Yeah.
You know, there's no more buying on trust. There's no more just taking their word for
Absolutely
it.
not.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, the Xbox 1. I mean, it's a perfectly fine console. I own mine. It's fine to play on it. It runs perfectly fine. But I'm running out of games to play on it. I see games I just don't want to buy.
yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation has definitely got it easiest this year, though.
Do you remember back when Xbox 1 came out and like the commercials they were pushing for the game on like the launch titles were Rise, Son of Rome. That was the shit you were seeing on like the Xbox. Like, this is our launch title. It's like garbage game. That game was like the
I heard
worst
it
thing.
had a good story,
I heard it's the worst thing ever.
but it's
You
like
know
6
what?
hours long.
And you know what? Now it's
Yeah.
free, and now it's free for gold members.
Is it really?
The whole like monthly like gaming things.
I'll just check
So-
that
they
out.
put it on there.
Oh,
The-
I stopped
so
paying
the
for my Xbox Live Gold subscription because
I don't have a gold
I'm not even touching my Xbox.
So
Yeah.
the two biggest complaints about Rise was the enemies. There was like 4 different enemies, and that was it. Like
It's a shitty
character
game.
models.
Nice.
So
Shitty
like,
game.
It was just meant to be a
and
tech demo.
then
That's all it was.
and then the combat was you would hack people up, and to like kill them, you would do a button sequence.
That was made by the Crisis people. Are they even in? I don't even think they're a company anymore.
I
Are
have
they?
no idea.
They last I heard, they were struggling to finish Crisis 3, and they were unable to pay employees, and they had a
All they
investigation,
Yeah.
and it was just getting bad. I'm not even sure they're still around.
We'd hear about the Crytek 4 engine at some point, and I haven't heard. I'd have to look into
I don't
it.
even know if they're still around anymore.
But,
I'm sure they are, but
Speaking of Crisis, Paul, did you ever, off topic here, but did you ever talk about or look into the whole things you were hearing about with the Star Citizen scandal? That game, Star Citizen.
Yeah. So like, So what happened was the CIG, I think, is the company that's making it.
Okay.
The guy who made who's making the game. He and his wife started up the company, and they fired some employees, and the employees went to this news outlet for video games or something like that. I forgot who they're called, and basically told this news outlet that like, oh, they're embezzling the money and blah blah blah. And they're super angry ex-employees, and so I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to trust that information. But normally what you do in that situation as a company is you let it be, and like, okay, that's just, they've got no proof, there's nothing going on, so like just ignore them and people will forget about it. Well, they're turning around and suing the news outlet company, and so and people are pointing at that, being like, okay, we didn't believe them, but you suing them is pretty crappy, because at that point you're using the GoFundMe money that we gave you
to sue them.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And so people are having some beef about that, but
I just remember. Yeah. I remember me and you talking about that on the phone, something like that.
I'm excited for Star Citizen as long as they fix the problems in the alpha, but it's alpha. If they don't fix it, I'd be completely shocked.
For sure.
Have you guys looked at the Star Citizen?
I'm not interested at all.
I have not.
Really?
It's not my thing.
I have not seen much of it, but
Dude, my list of games right now is like this high. Like I've got to play Andromeda. I still gotta beat Ghost Recon.
Oh, Star Citizen's not coming out for
It's an alpha right now.
Okay, I gotta play Neo.
It's in early alpha.
I finally decided that I'm gonna sit down and play Bloodborne. I'm gonna play Dishonored 2.
Bloodborne on the PS4.
4, yeah,
the old game.
Yeah, I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna try to get through
Best
that.
of luck.
I played it a little bit.
It's hard.
I'm excited to get back to it. I just never got around to it.
You've been a Dark Souls man. You played Dark Souls before.
I love Dark Souls.
Bloodborne.
It's kind of the same, but you about to get thrashed. It's hard to get.
Bloodborne is a lot more difficult.
Which is weird.
It's a lot different too.
It's like Dark Souls, but not. It's like one of the most basic things. There's no blocking.
I still got to play Rise of the Tomb Raider too.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I hear Rise of the Tomb Raider is just really freaking awesome.
Yeah, and people loved it, and
so
it was multi-platform too. But
I'm trying to get Andromeda done, Ghost Recon done for our YouTube channels and stuff like that, so we can do stuff with that.
For sure.
I looked at Ghost Recon footage, and I'm like, that looks
I really
so
like
boring.
it. I really like it. I really do.
Like
Ghost Recon.
I know you talked about like how it's like awesome that you walk in there, like you're going to tell me this or I'm going to shoot you, like, doing the tough guy thing.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I was like, this is so generic.
I know you. I know that's not your type of game.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a lot of fun. I love that kind of military tactical shooter. This is definitely that. It doesn't have a ton of tactical options like the old SOCOM games did.
Yeah.
But it's still good. And it's a lot of fun because, is it repetitive? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, that seems like the biggest problem for me is I cannot stand repetitive games. I was telling Dylan earlier.
Extremely repetitive.
And yet you can play World of Warcraft.
It has that.
Yeah, World of Warcraft is something else, though.
Whatever.
I think there's a difference between I don't know. When it's grinding, it's like it's different.
I guess so.
When
it's the same content over and over again.
I don't know.
Because, when you're grinding, you're working up to something,
That's fair.
But
is there no end game to Wildlands? Is there no end game to Wildlands?
There's the
not
story.
that I know of. I mean, it's just pretty much take over all these zones, kill the cartel bosses, and move on to the next. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's fun. There is a random element to it. You never know what's going to happen. Like I've tried to sneak through plenty of bases, and just somebody that I didn't see spots me or whatever. Or I play a little bit of co-op, or one of my co-op guys jacks up, and next thing you know, we're in this massive firefight, and we're just trying to escape.
So do you do it online?
Yeah, I've played some of the co-op. It's a lot of
fun.
Co-op is definitely the way that game is meant to be played. I don't really care for multiplayer. I'm not a multiplayer person. As far as all I do with multiplayer is play Destiny. Really, I'm not a Battlefield person. I'm not a Call of Duty guy. You're a multiplayer guy. Paul?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge multiplayer guy. I mean, I did League of Legends for the longest time. I played Overwatch.
I support it. I definitely play stuff like that. MMOs.
I mean, for the longest time, I also on Xbox. The reason why I was an Xbox 360 guy was.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We can explore that. Let's tell our audience this. I mean, I'm going to cover PlayStation. I play games because I enjoy stories, and I want to be told a good story when I sit down and play games, and that's why I play games like Horizon or stuff like that, and that's what I go to gaming for. Paul, why don't you share yours?
Well, I mean, I was exclusively a console gamer for the longest time until Avery built his PC that he no longer plays. But I saw him build that, and I was like, well, I'm going to build a better one, and I did.
Whatever.
I built a PC, and then I had the Xbox One for a while, and then for whatever, I think I gave my Xbox to you.
It was a Christmas gift.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Here's my hand-me-down Xbox One. I'm not really using it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're in a difficult spot at the time.
And I was just like, this would be great. I took it. I loved it.
Yeah, and I remember I thrashed you on the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, Paul. The night he gave it to me, he then owned my ass.
Well, here's the deal. Here's a little fun fact: is that over the years, I beat Avery one time at Halo, and then like a week in Halo 4.
I spent a month.
He spent a month practicing, and I had not played Halo 4, and I thrashed him that night.
Man, he owned me.
Then like 2 years later.
We had a rematch on the collector's edition.
And he was screen looking at the time.
Screen looked everything, cheated, tried to beat him.
And then thrashed him again. And then when the Master Chief Collection came out, we were at the crappy apartments at the time, and you looked at me and like, I'm going to challenge you to every single one of these. I think that I beat you...
And every single one.
No, there was one where you beat me.
I don't know. We have this ongoing Halo competitive stuff that we... Dude, every time we do Halo games, we sit down. Except Halo 5, because Halo 5 was awful.
Yeah, I've been playing Halo 5.
I'm sure the multiplayer is awesome.
Now playing Halo 5?
Huh? I mean, I've been picking it up more for the multiplayer.
Okay.
I play the multiplayer. It's something that I can have fun with.
See, the reason why I love Halo so much is the single player. I loved Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and Reach. Not ODST. That was kind of eh. But
gotta be on
Halo 4 is my favorite.
Gotta be on something, getting to a point now where shooters where I really don't give a damn about the story. Like Halo 5, I haven't even hit campaign.
Have you played BioShock?
You don't want to. Halo 5's campaign is garbage.
Halo 4, I didn't hit the fucking campaign button.
Man, I hate esports because of what they did to Halo 5.
It definitely feels so
not
weird.
All esports.
Not all esports are bad.
Just console esports.
You can tell where the money went, and the money went into the multiplayer because they wanted to build something that would be an esport, and they just completely screwed the reason I play Halo, and that made me mad.
But yeah, I've been playing League of back to why I did the PC gaming. I saw you build yours, and I said I want to build a better one. Which I did. And
drop that point.
Want to come back to that just to say that.
Drive it in like a screwdriver with a screwdriver, but I loved playing League of Legends, and I was playing on my crappy laptop that I still have, and I wanted to play it real nice with no hiccups, and I mean took off a life of its own from there. Especially once I got that 980. When I got the 980, I was Witcher 3.
I mean, yeah.
But, yeah.
Dylan, what about you?
I have been, ever since I've been born, it's like from,
He came out.
I came out the womb. I came out the womb with a controller
with
in
a
my
joystick.
Joystick. My mother was actually the one who got me into video games because she only played one video game. She only ever played one, and she loved playing the hell out of it. And it was Donkey Kong for the Super Nintendo. And we would sit and watch her, and she would have us play with her, air quotes, and she would help us. And it was always something I would play, and I would watch my mom play this Donkey Kong game. And I mean, from there, I just kind of always had a fondness for games. I'd always kind of play on my own. The first console I really played like by myself where I remember have memories playing them is GameCube. You know,
my GameCube was very special to me.
I've always been really a.
My Xbox was very special.
I've always been a console gamer. Really, I really would like to play more online. I do like playing online games. I'm probably a bit more open than, Avery might be towards competitive playing. I do enjoy games like, maybe not MOBAs, but I will play online games. I will play stuff like Hearthstone, card games, competitive games. I'm not against playing those kind of games. But
I'm not against it. I don't have a lot of interest.
I feel like I'm more flexible with it than you, because I'm the same as you. I also do love playing games. My favorite type of games to play are RPGs. My favorite story games. My favorite. Yeah. I love having games that have that, but I'm also not going to be bummed out if I have a game like, Halo 5, where if I play the multiplayer, it's not horrible to play. It plays pretty fun. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Well, I mean,
RPGs are definitely my favorite type of game. I know they're your favorite type of game.
They're my favorite type of game. I don't want to sound
deep
like
lore, cool stories, character customization, all that. That's really my favorite.
Well, I mean, we all play. We all even go as far as to play.
We play Pathfinder,
tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, Pathfinder's awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When is the next time we're doing play? Because I want to record it.
We're gonna, for everyone at home, we're also gonna be recording our Pathfinder sessions. We're gonna post that up.
Because I can record it when we play here or when we do Roll20.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Absolutely,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Anyways, what was the next topic? We went way out there.
We got WoW, Bannerlord, Nier, Neo, and that's it. Yeah.
Do you guys want me to talk about Nier a little bit?
Anything else y'all want to talk about? Go ahead. You can talk about Nier.
Okay. Yeah. So Nier.
Keep moving, momentum.
So I looked into Nier a little bit, and apparently, so this is Nier Automata, and I played, and I'm playing that, but before that there was Nier, then before that was another game, so it's not necessarily sequels, but spiritual. This is a sequel to the first Nier game, but that was like a spiritual successor almost to another one, and the whole premise is you're an android that the humans who live on the moon, like they use you to go fight alien robots that have taken over the Earth. They're trying to fight the robots back so the humans can take Earth back. It's really bizarre. And
what?
Yeah.
This is a JRPG, right?
This is JRPG.
So that may give you a little bit of an idea. We are in the Japanese RPG territory.
We're in the Japanese realm?
We're going to
get weird.
This is Square Enix, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, I mean, if that's the case, it's probably going to be at least a pretty good RPG, at least.
So I just want to say this game has the most beautiful music that I've played. Like,
really?
I absolutely, just personal preference. I'm not going to try comparing it to other games. But like, just the music is absolutely beautiful, and the graphics. Honestly, it looks like it could probably be played at the end of the PS3 cycle.
Okay.
But yeah, it just throws you in, and I'm gonna make you guys play it, so I'm not going to talk necessarily about the intro. But I was showing Dylan footage that I actually recorded through the live stream before, and but. Generally, it's third person, and it's a shooter, but at the same time, it's a hack and slash. So like, and it's,
while at the same time being a top-down shooter,
and
while also being a third-person shooter.
What?
While also being a 2D shooter.
What?
While also going 2D, correct? Yeah, and it does it seamlessly. I was watching; he was in the middle of a boss fight, and it went from hack and slash to bird's eye view, top-down. Running around shooting, dodging bullets. I'm not lying to you.
Hey. And I know it's really far-fetched, but it works.
I was thrown into it, and I just was watching him playing.
Is it fun?
It's so fun.
It looks great. It looked like a boss.
This one slipped past me.
If I have to compare it to anything, it's very much like Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay. I mean Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1.
Did you travel to the future?
I'm sorry. I'm so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. But anyways, you know, like just the combat, it's kind of like freeform, and you go in and you hack and slash.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got this little robot called a node that like floats around you, and when you double jump, you can actually grab onto him, and he kind of like floats you down safely.
Oh.
But he shoots like projectiles and almost infinitely. And you also have a special when you press the 1 key on the keyboard, at least. I'm not sure about the controller. I need to get a controller for this game. But it does like a special attack, and right now I've got a laser equipped. I can do like a big shield that protects me, but it just throws you in, and you were so confused about the story. I remember when it first played, I didn't know anything about the story. I didn't know anything about the game. It throws you in, and you're just asking yourself, what am I doing? And suddenly things are coming at you, and you're like, whoa, 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 no, 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 what's happening? You know, and it's a lot of fun, and the story's fairly easy to follow, and the boss fights are extremely fun. The boss fight that he saw was the opera singer. And I'll show you this
What?
a little bit. Yeah.
It's a big old giant robot that looks like it's wearing a dress. It has a woman's voice, and it's when you fight it, it's like it's shooting out like what looks like voice like circles that fly out, and when they hit you, they'll damage. She can jump in the air and like waves go across the ground.
It sounds like you're getting really into this too.
No, I'm just saying. I've seen the boss battle, and it's
you would play this.
A lot is going on the screen at one time. We didn't even tell about the hacking.
Oh yeah,
shit.
so
I don't know.
I
can't even explain that. You got to sort of see it.
The boss fight. Little spoilers for this boss fight if you haven't played it yet. But on this boss fight, the opera singer's boss fight, she starts doing like this hacking thing. Okay, she sends out waves and uses other dead androids as hacking tools. And if you get hit, you find yourself with this little triangle spaceship thing, okay? And you get a series of different hacking ones. So, like, the first one is you've got to shoot all these little squares that circle this inner circle.
Like a gray ball in the middle. That's your target.
And so you've got to destroy all of them before you can destroy the middle ball. And you're just like, what's happening? And then
brings you right back to it goes right, like once you break that ball, it goes right back from this basically do you know that really old game of like Asteroids where the little triangle in there, you kind of shoot beam like a ball that like hits the flying at you?
That's pretty much
basically that. And you go right from that, zoom out back to the full on third person RPG moving fast combat. It's seamless. But you get hit, go into hacking, come back out, back into the game.
But you play as an android, and because like you got hacked just now, your health bar goes like extended beyond the screen, and it messes with your vision.
It makes the game.
It sounds really fun.
It's incredibly fun. I was seeing the reviewers give it like a 7.5 or 8, and I'm like, this is more like an 8.5 for me. Yeah. So far. I'm not sure what happens later on, but. These robots are very simple looking too. They're not like humanoid looking. They're quite literally like cylinders with a round top at the top of their head, and they're diverse. So if you're going through like the desert, you'll see them like dressed up as like in like cloaks and stuff and little scimitars attacking you. It's really awesome.
And I think it's a really good example of the whole kind of JRP thing. I see at least where it's like people really don't want to go to that route where it's like you have that kind of disbelief, like a giant fat lady robot for a boss fight with androids on crosses that shoot beams that hack you to mini games mid boss fight. Mm-hmm. Going from multiple playstyles from third-person hack and slash shooter to top-down to, the hacking. Just doing all of that at once and just having the crazy robots, having the aliens ideas, having just the wildness of it. To me,
it's very over the top.
To me, it's just very imaginative, and I think that is something that makes games nowadays when I look at it, kind of, it makes me kind of think of maybe that's why games kind of feel so different to me nowadays. I feel that a lot of games nowadays are either reboots, things we've been playing, or they're just completely unimaginatory pieces of crap. I remember, what was that game that came out?
Well, I mean, just look at Call of Duty.
Right. What was that game that came out? It was basically like Dark Souls, catching on the Dark Souls. What was it called? We looked into it.
That's right.
Lords of the Fallen.
Lords of the Fallen. It's this completely unimaginative piece of crap.
I was playing.
It's basically Dark Souls, but clunkier.
You had just got. I think you had just gotten off of a Dark Souls playthrough, and you came over, and you played a little bit of Lords of the Fallen, and you just
played better than you.
You smashed that game.
Because I played the exact same, but clunky.
That game was nowhere near polished, or it was nowhere near up to par.
And that's just the point I'm trying to make. I just feel like a lot of the time nowadays we're seeing a lot more of the. You just aren't noticing as much standout titles, to me at least. I'm seeing a lot more of just really unimaginative, same old, nothing really new. And I think seeing this game, Nier Automata, just seeing the gameplay, immediately, the minute the boss fight started, I was like, completely taken back. I was like, what is even going on? It's fast paced. There's things everywhere you have to move. It's basically to a point where every single moment you're in that game, combat or boss fight or otherwise, you have to be, there's no slacking. You have to be fully engaged.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and go brrr.
It's like those damn Japanese, those like crazy flying shooters, like I'm trying to think, the bullet hell games. It's like a bullet hell in a hack and slash.
Something else I want to point out about the game is that the skill trees. There's not a skill tree. So what you do is you buy implant slots, okay? And since you're an Android, you actually buy little memory space, and I can't remember exactly, but for the skills, it's not a skill tree. You buy these circuit boards basically and put them in your into your Android body, and it gives you defense or increases your dodge range, or it does a wide variety of things. And what's awesome, I mean, I hate it because I'm playing the game, but it's an awesome concept that is awesomely implemented. When you die, they transfer your consciousness from your Android body to a new one.
That's cool.
And so you lose your implants.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but the deal is that you find, if you're hooked up online, I'm not sure if it's, I'm not sure if you go through it solo, you can find just random bodies, but if you're hooked up online, you can actually find other players' dead bodies. And you can take their implants and their money.
You can find their little Android cuss. You can take the stuff.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have like you can send a message saying like, a girl died in a forest, died for nothing, something like that.
Okay, look.
Have I sold you?
I'm sold, and I'll add it to the pile of games I already have to play, but I'm gonna have to move it up
For sure.
to definitely that top of that pile. This game sounds awesome.
I mean, we can show you some gameplay a little bit after this, but I mean, it was definitely something, like, just the boss fight was enough for me to look at where I was pleasantly surprised. Paul was telling me about it. I was completely skeptical. He showed me the boss fight, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Well, all right. So we're running out of time here. We got to hit these last couple of topics
real quick. I
actually need to go to the restroom real quick. So,
all right. So we never talk about it.
All right. Yeah. So you're pretty big in World of Warcraft. What's going on with that?
I think what we're looking at is
wait till I'm back.
Okay, moving on from that.
Well, I can start it up. Okay, because
we can talk about Neo real quick.
Neo. Oh, well, I haven't never played much of Neo.
No, but I've played Neo.
Oh, well, then go ahead.
We're the Dark Souls guys here. Paul doesn't care about Dark Souls.
Never has, never will. I have beaten Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I've played through Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
Neo, when that game came out, I saw the demo. I didn't even know what it was. Turn it on.
This is not your Lords of the Fallen. Okay? This is nowhere near that.
This is from what I can see, this is a Dark Souls type game, but they add their own stuff onto it that makes it something special.
It's this cool Japanese they have this historical fiction going. Like the character you play as really did exist, and he really did take a trip to Japan and study the samurai and their ways. But it's got this cool twist to it, and like these Japanese demons are like present, and like I haven't got that far into it yet, but it's addicting, and it's hard for me especially. Especially, I mean, all of us really, we've been so hardened by all the games we've played.
Oh, for sure.
It's hard to really sit down and be like, oh my God, I've been playing this game for 2 hours, I didn't even notice it. And that's definitely what Neo did to me right off the bat. It's just, it's the combat challenges you, but it's fun, and there's a lot to it. And there's 3 different stances. You got high, mid, and low. And then you have combos and stuff that they're throwing in there with it, and new abilities to buy. So like now, if an enemy falls to the ground, if you purchase this ability, you can finish them off right then and there and move on to the next one. Stuff like that.
Like I was saying, it's like Dark Souls, but they add on their own things. But they add this onto it that makes it something unique.
Yeah, definitely. It's addicting. It's fun, and it definitely drew me in. It's trying to tell a story. I'm not expecting much from it, if I'm being honest.
I never expected much from Dark Souls games.
Dark Souls told a wonderful story. I think just took the time to look for it. I sat there and I sat on a story game and I talked about Ghost Recon, but but there are games. I guess
there are exceptions.
Single player is really where I'm at, is what I should say.
That's fair.
But Neo is really good. You gotta check it out. I think you'll like it a lot.
I plan to for this channel. I'm going to be heading up to probably a GameStop in the near future. I plan to buy a new Xbox controller, and I'm probably going to buy Neo.
You're going to be our reviewer for that?
I would like to be able to play it.
Is Neo on Xbox?
I don't know if
it's PlayStation.
If it's not, then I'll take my family's PS4.
Another good reason to be a PlayStation owner.
I'll just tell them, hey,
so sorry.
I'll just tell them, hey, I'll give you the Xbox. I need the PS4 for like a week.
Tell them you need it for work.
I need it. I need it for this online thing. I need it. My little brother Jacob has it. I'll give you my Xbox. I need it for a week.
Look, seriously. You're gonna review that. Are you still reviewing Andromeda, or does that got tossed to me?
That's all you, bro.
Okay, cool. So I finished up my Horizon Zero Dawn review. I just gotta get the audio going for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a Ghost Recon review, and I gotta do an Andromeda review because Paul got hooked on Nier.
Especially after hearing you talk about.
But you're gonna do a Nier review, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like, I've got 5 hours recorded, and I didn't even realize this, but the entire time I was recording that, I was also live streaming that. Because I also noticed that we went from total 20 views on Twitch to 25. Yeah! I pulled in 5 viewers somehow.
So I don't know. I think I'm going to go from Andromeda to Neo is what I'm going to do next. What are you playing right now?
Excuse me. Right now on the Xbox, nothing at the time. I think Neo will probably be good stuff for me to kind of get back into it.
You mean PlayStation?
PlayStation, yeah. Sorry. Just gaming in general. Gaming in general. Yeah. I'm not playing the Xbox right now. Nothing to do, really. I think it'd be a good time to hop in there. And so, like for me, that's really all I have planned is the Neo at the moment.
Yeah.
I think we can move on from there. But that's all I have on my plate.
Bannerlord. Like that real quick.
The gameplay trailer.
17
minutes, something like that.
Quick summary of what we're all doing to say about it.
Amazing.
Looks amazing.
Awesome.
Cool.
Looks much more improved on
for people who haven't seen it yet, if you haven't.
I think I messaged you guys saying like they learned that they knew that they didn't need to fix what wasn't broken.
No. The gameplay looks.
They're adding on to it. They're adding so many more options.
We're getting siege engines,
deployment
channels.
Graphically, it's not terrible.
You guys know that when the first
it was made by like a guy and his wife, right?
Yeah. Like over in
right. I'm not
Israel,
trying to insult them over it, but the graphics are better.
It actually looks good.
Yeah.
Too. It's not just decent.
More importantly, the two of them can put in stuff like usable siege engines by the AI, by the player. Things like destructible castles now. You can lob fire tar pit bombs where they land, tear off parts of the castle with it.
Yeah.
You know?
With the gameplay demo that we watched, that when you actually broke into the castle after like sieging it, like their enemy forces ran up into a tower, and I was like, that's awesome, because that's something like I'm not talking about like like a little 10-foot tower. I'm talking about like a huge tower, and I was like, that looks like a huge battle just going up there, like
Right.
feeding.
Yeah,
It's all fluid.
If you have not checked out Mountain Blade, and it's a lot of people haven't, it's really not that popular.
You got to, man.
But it's such a great game. Mountain Blade is great. Get Warband and just check it out, and it's actually really addicting.
Get it on Steam, not that expensive.
Don't get it on the Xbox. If you have the PC option, take the PC option, because mods and cheats make that game even better. So
Yes, absolutely.
and Mountain Blade is really hard.
It's a game you're gonna have to get
And
invested in.
I really don't have the patience to work my way up from peasant to a noble's right hand, so I always
do
cheated.
it with us.
I always cheated.
What if? So we seen what Banner was bringing. One of the things I'm wondering is that we have things like castle management. That's what we're hearing about. What I want to know is how far they're going to go with that. Are we going to be able to do stuff like
Build a castle.
build a castle?
Yeah.
Are you able to like build your own thing? I saw the Paul. Can we get a castle with a moat? Can I have a moat with a bridge? And can I have tar pits pouring in? Because you see in the video, when they get the battering ram, and what's cool is you can actually join them on the battering ram, bashing the door. But when they get in the gate,
there's a hole down there, and you can throw rocks, you can throw fireballs.
start grabbing rocks and just chunking at them.
And at the same time, something that's I'm a little bit of a history buff when it comes to medieval combat and stuff like that, is that they've actually got little slits, and you can grab your bow and you can shoot through those slits while they're trying to break down the door. Which I'm like, that's amazing. That's what really happened.
I also heard they're trying to add a lot more relationship options. Like one of the examples that was given was, so how you would usually recruit people is you go to town and say recruit
villagers, and it's like it's like
And
four guys come and join you.
Yeah, like 4 guys come and join you, whatever. Supposedly now, from what I heard, is that you're going to have a person you actually talk to. Okay, like, hey, I need you to gather up some men for me. And the guy will be like, sure. And based off that relationship, it will depend on the number of men you receive. And then you can go even deeper. He'll be like, hey, I'd love to help you out, but I need your help. There are some guys I made mad. They're coming to kill me. And you'll have to,
And if you help him, he'll give you
And if you help him, he'll give you like, hey, here's like an extra 20 guys.
Well,
Stuff like that.
I know that we enjoy talking about this and everything, but let's
get on to our last topic, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that should be a real quick, easy one.
I don't really have anything to say. I haven't played World of Warcraft in like a year.
So
let's talk about it, Paul.
They're doing different. So something I did notice is that they're changing the scaling in World of Warcraft, and PCGamer.com is also talking about it. They're removing the increased damage dealt by creatures in the world. They're also reducing the rate at which creature health scales with your item level. And it's basically making it easier, and players are not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
Isn't that been the main complaint since they...
You're making it easier.
Legion?
Yeah. Since World of Warcraft, since Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay, yeah.
No, trust me. Burning Crusade was not easy.
Since Lich King, that's been the complaint.
Yeah.
So since expansion 2.
Yeah.
So since the second one, they've been complaining.
Because it started when they added Dungeon Finder in Wrath of the Lich King. And that is an abomination that needs to go. But, I mean, that's my personal preference. Because, I mean, my whole issue with World of Warcraft now is I don't need a guild to do anything anymore. I only need myself. And, I mean, it's easier to do it by myself. Or at least with you guys when you guys were actually playing World of Warcraft.
True. I was, but I was playing on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
I was playing it with me, my brother, and a middle school friend. Capped at level 30. They couldn't afford it anymore, basically.
Yeah. I just remember going through Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King raiding as like a little kid, and it being incredibly difficult. And I remember needing your guild for every single thing you ever did, be it heroic dungeons or at least in Burning Crusade, you needed your guild for heroic dungeons. You needed a guild to go and do raiding, and raiding was actually fun back then. I think Burning Crusade was one of the 5 or 10% of players that actually raided. So, I mean, back then it was actually like a special thing, and now it's just everybody can raid. Just look up raid finder,
and you can see just from the path of expansion, just from Worlds of Draenor, you can see how it's affected the rest of the game.
Yeah,
you start to see it now where people don't give a damn about the questing zones. I mean, you still have people who follow it, of course, but just the amount of emphasis they have on it when they're selling the game to you, there is none. And there's no real incentive.
Well, I heard this is like their biggest content update. I mean, how do you
ever? I need to play through it, and
the whole mod 2 Garrus.
Yeah, I need to play through it, see what actually is going on, see what's changed, and if anything's really changed at all. Because from a first glance, I'm like, okay, they just added a new zone. Whoop-de-doo! You know, like
new raid,
it might
new zone,
it might
whatever.
technically be the biggest update ever, but it seems like in hindsight nothing has really changed all that much.
Gotcha.
But and something else I want to touch on is that World of Warcraft. So there was this add-on that was adding voicing to the quest boxes and the little page that says what the NPC is saying, which, like, as far as I can tell, like, didn't really go against the terms and conditions for add-ons. But Blizzard is shutting that down, and something I hate is that Blizzard is any attempt that players want to do to make the game more fun, or if players want to go back and do the older content because it was more enjoyable, they shut it down, and I absolutely hate them for it. But I don't know.
I mean, we're seeing it even here. Essentially, I mean, like, we're seeing this guy, apparently Bellular Gaming, a guy who does a lot of World of Warcraft. He was coming out and saying that his plan was, he announced one of the most ambitious mods, he's calling it, where, as Paul said, rewriting and adding dialogue to the level 1 to 60 quest zones. But almost immediately, Blizzard's legal team came out and said that they don't see it as some kind of mod add-on support thing, but instead they're seeing it as a third-party, like, expansion piece, and they just want to nix that idea. So we're talking to Paul about it before. Really feels like Blizzard's just kind of becoming more of a cash cow more and more. They don't give a damn about what people actually want. Because I mean, if they did, they'd listen to them. I mean, people want things like this. They want more of an appeal back to the original game. I mean, like Paul said, you have original vanilla servers.
I mean, if you want to get into this real quick, I mean, how much longer do you think World of Warcraft has?
One expansion or 2 more expansions, I think, is their goal. And I think after that, they seriously need to look. If they might continue it on, they might not. I think they should try doing a new MMO if they want to keep doing an MMO.
As a person who's been there since the beginning, Paul, would you rather them just keep making expansion after expansion and maybe they'll
at some point
eventually
they
get it
have
right?
to stop.
Or would you rather just have a new MMO?
At this point, I want to see them after Tomb of Sargeras show the new expansion, show us going to the Legion homeworld, and actually like stopping them and killing Sargeras, and just have it end. That's what I want. I want this torture to end. I've been playing this game too long, and I don't know how to stop. So Blizzard, please stop it.
We're not that popular yet. They're probably not going to hear you.
I know.
No, just save
Can a man just
save this
scream?
podcast and just send it to him in an email.
Yeah, do that, man. Do that.
Just clip. Take this little clip right here.
Yeah, well, yeah. I say like send them an email and just link them the like.
Because
Where are you at, Dylan? I mean,
What do you mean?
same question.
World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
I don't think it has. I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 2 or 3 more expansions. I don't think.
Would you rather see it just end and then start over?
I mean, honestly, probably. I would like to see try something new because I mean, we talked
Oh,
about.
I don't want them to start it over. I want them to
No,
make
just
a
start
new.
a
No,
MMO.
no, start over like with a different MMO.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying like I mean, they
And-
show that they can make the game. They show like also we talked about earlier.
You want
We're
me?
seeing a lot of the same old. World of Warcraft is a horrible example of that. It's just the same thing basically.
Do you want me to tell you
WoW.
what?
I come in and play for about a month or two for every expansion. That's all my interest is. I get bored.
I think I would play it a whole lot more if you guys if I had all of you guys playing too, but
I'd be down to play some more. I mean, Logan enjoys playing it. Logan still plays it more than probably most of us.
well, I'd love to see Tevis play too. But,
Tevis would never play. Tevis is a
no,
big
he
old
would never.
baby Warcraft.
But,
He's a SWTOR. It's the
He loves that.
most fun MMO ever.
Before we wrap this up, I just wanted to say the thing that's killing WoW right now is the end game has become too simple.
Blizzard has so many
But-
projects going on. Diablo, Overwatch.
I think we're going to get
Sorry.
Diablo 3
I mean-
expansion announcement sometime this
I don't
year.
know.
But
They'll probably wait till BlizzCon in November.
anyways,
Sure.
let's go ahead and wrap this up. So
All right. Well, this has been the Checkpoint. Did we say the name of the show at the beginning of it?
no, we didn't.
I think we did. But for those, I mean, if we didn't, we apologize. This is the Checkpoint. This is going to be our podcast for our channel, Lone Star Gaming. This is I think we already said this is our first real step into doing this, and we're really looking forward to what we can show you guys, what we can bring to you guys. So,
It's going to be a lot of fun for us.
anybody viewing, we appreciate, for those of you, we appreciate you coming in, listening to us, giving us a shot, and we would just say that we have a lot going forward. We have nothing set in stone, but a lot of plans, a lot of ambition going forward.
We do want to get a YouTube channel going. We're going to get that going
Soon.
either this week or next week. We'll figure it out.
I'll probably be doing most of the Twitch streaming.
Yeah, we're going to be doing Twitch stream. We're all going to try to get together at least once a week on all together Twitch stream.
We're probably going to do this right.
We're going to need to
Yeah.
probably get a Twitter account going,
For sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have an email going. You can email us at lonestargaming@gmail.com.
Oh no, Lone Star Gaming.
The email?
Isn't it Lone Star Gaming channel at gmail.com?
No, it's Lone Star Gaming
Oh,
at
okay.
gmail.com.
We'll figure it out.
No, it's you can email us at lonestargaming at gmail.com. You can email us there. Leave comments, subscribe, like, all that jazz.
Absolutely.
Standard YouTube. Give us likes.
And wherever else. We're going to try to put this on SoundCloud and all that. So,
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
This has been the Checkpoint.